Me to talk through a few more of these, I can do that. But know this, there's not just one process. These are types of problems that you need to mess around with. See if you can figure some stuff out. All right. The way that you solve the solveme mobiles is very similar to the way you will solve the paper bag question as well. So basically, you gotta mess around with your thinking. So we got a couple things going on. We got up here, right in here, the total. So everything down here needs to add up to 36. All right. So a lot of times, if they give you a total, you're going to start there. You know that all of these balance beams are perfectly balanced. So everything on the left side of the balance beam adds up to the same exact amount as on the right side of the balance beam. So that's going to let you know that left and right need to add up to 36. They need to be equal to each other. That means all of the shapes over here together need to add up to half of 36, which is 18. All right? All of the shapes over here together need to add up to half of 36, which is 18. All right, so that's a start for that's a starting thought process. Okay, now we also know that, right? We got another balance beam here. All right, it's also balanced, right? And this left side and this right side together need to also add up to 18, right? They need to balance, so I know that the left side is going to add up to 9. The right side is going to add up to 9. All right, same kind of thing going on over here. Left side needs to add up to 9. Right side needs to add up to 9. All right, so knowing that, then I can start filling in numbers for specific situations because I know already now 2 squares add up to be 9. 1 square is going to have to be half of 9, 4.5. All right, I know that already, so I'm going to put that in here, 4 and 1/2. Okay. So now I can start messing with these rhombuses. We got 4.5 plus those equals 9. That means 3 of these has to be my other 4.5. So I'm gonna divide this by 3. I get 1.5. That means I need each of these to be 1.5. So I'm gonna put that number in here, 1.5. All right, and again, notice if you mess up with your calculations, it will indicate that you've unbalanced the situation. And you'll know whether your calculation was too high or too low. Now the only thing I have left to figure out is this hexagon, but I know that, again, hexagon plus diamond now needs to be 9. So 1.5 plus something equals 9. And I can figure out what that something is, 7.5. Anyway, that's the reasoning that you would do to solve something like this. Looking at another one, same kind of deal. Start with the number 34. We know, actually for this one it might be a little tougher because we got this stuff in the middle. So we actually can't just split that 34.5 because there's other stuff being added into it. So maybe we would start down here with the information that was given, that teardrop or a flame or whatever you want to call it equals 9. So I know this is 9 already. Okay, that means this is balanced here. That means together the circle and the trapezoid are also going to equal 9. I don't know what they are yet, but I do know that this centerpiece together makes up 18 of the total weight. So I'm going to do this. 34 minus 18 equals 16. All right. So 18 of the weight is taken up in the center here. That means 16 of the weight is on the edges. I'm going to need that edges balanced. So I need this to add up to 8. And I need this to add up to 8. All right. That lets me know right away what the circle equals. Four circles add up to 8. So a circle has to equal 2. Then I can march over here. If the circle is 2, then the trapezoid has to be 7. And then checking out this here, we've got 2, 4, right? Half of 8 on this side. We got 7, 14. I need them to be balanced, so this heart is going to have to be negative 10. 14 minus 10 is 4. Then I'll have balance. All right, perfect balance, and that's the process.